Hey guys, Fat Chat is back. Yes, you heard right. Fat Chat is back. Finally. I'm so sorry to keep you all waiting because I know I've had a lot of people asking, please, Ash, do more Fat Chats. We like the Fat Chats. So it is back. I am now set up in my studio. I'm now doing this through OBS, and this is a first time. I have not done a practice run of this at all. It's just going to work or it's not going to work. Now, I've got a huge supporter of my channel with me at the present moment. He has been following me for quite some time. He also created all those little emojis that the Fat Guy Army uses. He is absolutely dead set legend. He's a family man. Jade, how you doing, my friend?
Doing well, thanks, Ash.
Oh, mate, it's so good to have you here. We've been trying to plan this for how long now?
I think, well, it's a month at least, isn't it? Maybe a month and a half.
Yeah, it's been like we had originally set up, I think, for like last weekend, and I think what happened was that we were late coming back from camping.
Yeah, it's that was middle of school holidays, and we thought we'd be back, but spent a week pretty much with no reception anywhere, which was quite different for me, considering I spend most of my time in front of the computer. So we tended to slow down a little bit more than we thought. So,
hey, but did you enjoy the camping trip, mate? Because that's the most important thing.
Oh, look, yeah, it's Tasmania, always rains, but apart from that, it's it was actually really good. It was a great chance to just spend some time with some mates, spend time with kids, and just enjoy a bit of family time and a bit of downtime. So,
where'd you end up going?
Most of it was spent. Where was it? It's Lowhead. It's the mouth of the Tamar River up north of Launceston, so pretty much the entry to the Launceston port, etc. But kind of up northeast coast, and it tends to be a bit sunnier, but it's also it's pretty windy. It's Tasmania. We don't get sun and warmth without wind, and then you throw a bit of rain off the back of it all. So,
mate, I honestly don't know how you do it. Like, I'm not a big camping guy. I've never really been. I've been camping like a couple times, and that was with extended family, like uncles and all that. And yeah, I don't know. Not that I don't get it. I understand it, but it's not for me. And like, do you do like the full like tent, or do you have a caravan?
No, look, it's glamping. It's not camping. So
glamping. Yeah. What's glamping?
it's glamorous camping. We've got an old vintage caravan I've been working on for 8 years or so now. A little 1950 wooden caravan, and so it's pretty well set up now. We've got the queen size inner spring mattress, and kids have got their bunk beds and everything. We don't rough it. So.
I like the sound of glamping. That sounds really cool. So, yeah, look, mate, I got to say, you are looking fantastic, if I say so myself.
Thank you.
So, like, for all those who don't know, can you tell us a little bit about yourself there, Jade?
Yeah, I'm 42 years old, and I've spent pretty much most of my life overweight. Well, let's just be honest, I've spent all my life overweight, and a lot of us would probably have that in common. But grew up northwest coast of Tassie, a little place. A guy called Mick we both know is from up that way as well. And
Mick Dilligaff, yeah.
Yep, and so spent my formative years up there until I got to uni age, and then headed down to Hobart to go study at the Conservatorium of Music, and kind of once I did uni, never went back. So stayed here and been in Hobart ever since.
Wow. I've just put up a picture of you, like with all your musical things going on, and there's a bit of a comparison picture. And mate, you've lost a lot. Like, there's the picture of you on the drums and playing the keyboard there.
Oh, yeah, and like I've said to you a couple of times, like they're the kind of the best of the worst photos as well.
Best of the worst.
They're the best of the worst. As a photographer, and I tend to do all the photo editing and everything, I've done a very good job of deleting all the stuff that embarrassed me too greatly. So yeah, I think we've all got those photos that you look at and you just want to cry. And
It's
that was kind of like that for me. So when it came to actually finding the photos to do this, I was like, oh, it's not actually as easy as I thought.
exactly right.
But 50 and a little bit kilos down now, and just absolutely loving it. So
50 kilos, mate. Good on you. You're just killing it, mate. That's like, imagine picking up 50 kilos off the ground and walking around with it. Like, I'm nearly that. I'm at 47 at the moment, and honestly, it's heavy. And can you imagine what your knees were going through? Like,
oh, it's nuts. Like the other day when we went shopping and we walked, we're tending to do a lot more walking over to the shops and stuff like that. And so I walked over there, had my backpack, brought back 5 kilos of fruit and veg in the backpack, and nearly killed me. I'm like, what is going on? Like,
jeez.
5 kilos, I've now lost 10 times that. I don't know how it was possible.
Oh, you tend to forget. It's like, when women, they tend to forget all the pain that's associated with pregnancy and birth and all of that. I reckon it's the same for men when they lose weight, because I look back at like these stairs and I just like fly up the stairs, like at the train station today. Oh, not today, yesterday. It's about like 4 massive flights of stairs, fly up them, whereas before I do everything that I could to avoid it. And I try to think back at like what it was like to walk upstairs 50 kilos heavier or 47 kilos heavier. And I just can't do it. I can't remember what it was like.
Oh, I know. Like yesterday, we were in town and we went to the in the multi-story car park, and my wife's like, "Why are we going all the way up the top?" And I'm like, "Because I want to use all the stairs." So we parked right up the very top. Whatever it was, 10 flights of stairs, and just didn't even faze me. Kind of half jog up them, and then I actually went, "Oh, hang on. If I do this, I'm actually wasting exercise minutes." So you kind of find yourself, going a little too fast, which is good for your steps, but then you kind of go, "Oh, hang on, I'm actually, I'm shortening the exercise minutes the more I run." So,
what do you go for? Do you go for the high impact or do you go for the longer? Like that's the thing. Like I went out for a walk this morning because I had my celebration meal last night. I had KFC, just absolutely demolished the box. But I woke up this morning and I felt this like really heavy, and I was like, I got to go out for a walk. So I went out for about a 40-minute walk, and I thought, maybe I should do a jog. I'm like, had that mental battle. It's like, do I go for the shorter but more intense exercise or elevated longer heart rate for longer time? I walked.
A little bit of a funny story. Last night, I was literally in bed at about 11:30, and I looked at my watch and I was like, oh, hang on. I'm under on my steps and my exercise. This isn't good.
Uh-oh.
And my wife's like, well, you better get back up there. So it's out the door, back onto the streets at 11:30 at night, and basically I think I managed to clock 10,000 step at about 11:59. So just made it in time.
So that's commitment. That is absolute commitment. So your goal is 10,000 steps daily. Like that's it.
Yeah, look, it's a bit of an average, but once I'm out there now, I'm finally at the point where it's just like, once I'm doing it, I may as well keep going and get it done. So
understandable. So, how have you lost the 50 kilos? Like, I mean, that's huge. Like, so firstly, actually, sorry, what was your starting weight?
So starting weight would have been 174 or higher. So in January, I had and get this, I had a third go at a vasectomy because the first 2 under local, they couldn't pull it off, apparently.
What?
And
pull it off. Good choice of words.
But honestly, it was
3.
Yeah, I said to my wife, like, if the third one doesn't work, it's your turn.
Well, so what was it? You've had three boys, haven't you?
Yeah, had 3 boys, and so basically 12 months of trying to get a vasectomy to work, and they couldn't do it. But so I know that when I was measured in for the hospital at that point, I was 174, and I knew that between then and March when I started on the Manshake journey, I just hadn't done anything that would have improved that at all. So 174 is kind of the number I know that I can run with, and it's the safe one. And the good news is the vasectomy worked that time too.
Congratulations, my man. Yeah, because like, I just put up a picture of your 3 beautiful boys, and you're just telling me before we started that they're a bit intense to having 3 boys. I can't imagine. I got 1 girl and I struggle.
Oh mate, it was pretty clear the risk was if we tried for after 3 boys, you think, we might just still try for a girl. You're going to get another boy. It's just,
exactly.
Let's be honest. We know the odds.
So that's why after 2 failed attempts, you went for the 3rd vasectomy. So good on you, mate. And like, I remember you telling me that you had a bit of complications during the surgery.
Yeah, well, look, I think the first 2 failed because I got no doubt, my weight and stuff, made it difficult for them to actually, couldn't find the tubes they were looking for apparently. So after spending a couple of hours each time, under local, and just they kept jabbing me and trying to figure it out. Had to go under. The 3rd time was like, okay, that's it. We've got to go under full surgery and actually get it done properly. And should have been a day surgery in and out, but stopped breathing 2 or 3 times whilst under anaesthetic. Ooh. So, and any one of you that, anyone that's listening that's, knows what it's like to be big and, you snore and you kind of, you get a bit of sleep apnea and you go, oh, look, I'll be right. That's for old people. That's, somebody else is going to struggle from that. Well, it was a bit confronting to, have them, in hospital actually worried and say, no, that's it. We need to keep you in for observation and do a little bit more testing. So,
did they tell you how long you stopped breathing for?
No, they didn't say, but I know that the way they'd explained it to my wife at the time when I was in recovery made her quite worried. So
it's understandable. It's understandable.
And and they weren't expecting it, and it was enough to keep me in in hospital another couple of days when it should have just been in and out the same day. So that was a pretty horrific few days, that was.
Well, I'm happy that you're okay, and then they ended up actually getting the vasectomy done as well. So, it's good.
Yeah, I'm very pleased about that part. So.
So, like, do you still snore, like, now that you've lost 50 kilos, or has it gotten better?
I don't snore hardly at all now. My wife's been really tired the other night because she actually heard me snoring a little bit. But
that's amazing.
Generally, I've been able to stop snoring. As the weight's trended downwards, as things have got better, it's generally kind of fixed it up, and so we can pretty safely say that I've been able to overcome sleep apnea. So
I'm so proud of you, man. I was the exact same. Like I've mentioned a few times on my channel that I actually went for a sleep study when I was at my heaviest around the time of my sinus surgery, because I was snoring so bad and I stopped breathing. The missus, she couldn't put up with it. She actually had to sleep in a different room because she used to wear earplugs, and then she perforated her eardrum, had to sleep in a separate room because I was just so loud. And she was like quite happy to go to a different room. I didn't kick her out. I said to her, look, I sleep in the other room. She goes, no, you stay here. Yeah, and
now it's just because of the man bars. So
yeah, I just fart like crazy now. But look, it's just and then I did the sleep study, and they're like, you've got some pretty serious sleep apnea there. I'm like, well, that's it. I need to make a change. I had a lot of I had it set my mind that once I recovered, I'm going to make this change, and I can happily say that Ange is back up with me, and I'm not snoring, and it's fantastic. It's just a great feeling, isn't it, Jade?
Oh, yeah. I mean, to wake up and actually feel like you've just slept is actually, you take it for granted. Yeah. I'm so used to just waking up and feeling as crap as I, felt when I went to bed. So now to actually wake up and actually feel better, feel, more alive, feel a bit happier, a bit better rested is just amazing. So
it's amazing to think that in itself, like when you gain weight, the fact that the flow-on effect is that you're not getting a proper sleep also contributes to further weight gain. It's crazy how everything is so interlinked, and it is real tough to start. But you've done it. You've done your weight loss through the man shake, haven't you? Like, well, tell us what happened. Like, at what point did you make the decision, I'm going to make a change?
Oh, yeah. So after that, that was, you'd think that would be actually pushing me over the edge and, get me kind of making a change. But even then, I still, didn't really do much. And, I, kind of thought, oh, look, I should just get a little bit more active and, so, doing a little bit of geocaching with the kids and stuff. Decided one day we went up this hill and honestly, my chest was going to explode. Like, I had to sit down at the top, going up the hill with with a 10-year-old and, also looking at him and realizing he wasn't, wasn't doing so well getting up the hill either and thinking, what kind of example am I actually setting for my kids? And what's it going to mean, for them if, I can't get out and do this kind of stuff with them. And, so yeah, pretty much after that hill, and I know the hill, and I'm keen to get back down there and actually run up it this time. But yeah, honestly, I thought I was going to die that day. It was just ridiculous, and so after that, I had a bit of a look around. It was like trying to figure out, and well, it's like all of us. You get to that point, and you're like, okay, I've got to make a change, and you're like, oh, do I do the gym? Do I just start eating healthy? Happened to come across a thing called Noom online, and
this is the second time this week I've heard of Noom. Like a guy posted, I think yesterday on the Man Shakers page about Noom. I'd never heard of it before yesterday. So can you tell us what Noom is all about?
Oh, look, I didn't look into it a whole lot because I looked at the price first and I went, oh well, that's ridiculous.
What is it? Is it like?
Expensive.
Is psychotherapy or something like that?
Pretty expensive. Yeah, it's designed to try and reteach yourself how to live a more balanced lifestyle. And it's as much as healthy eating, it's actually about kind of reprogramming your brain. And it all to be honest, it just was too expensive and too hard. And I'd signed up for the trial and I was about to get stuck into it, but they were literally like emailing me 3-4 times a day, and I was just going, hang on, what have I actually got myself into here? And scrolling through Facebook, and a familiar face that many of you have seen on a bus or in your feed or elsewhere. No,
Jade man.
Yeah, so saw the current affair video with the Jade, and did a bit more of looking into it. Came across your story on YouTube, and it was like, right, okay, this is something I think I could actually give a go. These blokes, they look as average and as ordinary as I do. no offense intended.
I thought I was pretty good looking.
Yeah, but it was the first time I'd actually come across something where it wasn't your Chris Hemsworth teaching you how to have a six pack. It wasn't your girls in bikinis and influencers telling you this will work. This will change your life. This time it was just like, okay, here's some photos of some guys who actually started to change their lives. Like it wasn't this will change your life. It's like, here are people who have. And look at how well they've done. So it was kind of a no-brainer. So got the saw Jade's video. Came across you on YouTube and just like, right, okay, we're going to go get the starter box from Coles. Went and grabbed that. Foolishly tried the banana the first time, and
hey, the banana's pretty good. I like the banana.
Look, banana almost threw me off straight away, but I knew from seeing and all that I'd read, and finding the Man Shake page on Facebook and stuff. I just knew it was going to work. Like I knew there and then, if it could work for you guys, it could work for me. So it was just at that point, the light just switched on. And it was like, right, here we go. And I'll tell you what, like that first week of shakes, or after the banana one, nearly made me vomit. And the mere smell of it still does.
Oh, jeez.
Nah.
For all those watching, right, it's not that bad. It's like that banana oak. If you like banana oak, you'll like the banana flavor. Anyway, go on.
If you like anything that's got banana in it that isn't an actual banana, you'll love it.
It's that really sort of artificially banana flavor. Yeah.
I can cope with real bananas, but that's it.
Love real bananas.
But yeah, but pretty quickly figured out, from reading through the page and stuff, that you didn't have to just do the 300 mils of water, and there needed to be a way to just make it actually work for me. Came up pretty quickly with the idea of bit of extra water, ice, blender. So within a week, 2 weeks, I was straight into the big bags and absolutely loving it. Just knowing that you just make the decision to do it, and then you've actually just got to figure out a way to make it happen.
So what are your go-to flavors? Because right there, I've got a certain bag of birthday cake. I'm going to keep there forever, just for when everyone uses their own stock, but they can see that they're just mocking them. But what are your flavors, mate? What do you like?
Well, here's a secret. If the man shake doesn't come out with birthday cake again for the next 12 months, I'm not going to run out.
Oh,
even if I have it every day.
What?
One benefit of living in Tassie, I've got 5 Terry White chemists within, and sorry to everyone who's struggled to find a bag. I've got 5 Terry White chemists within a half-hour drive, and I haven't purchased any more than 2 bags from any of them.
How many have you got?
I've been to every 5 stores.
Yeah.
Plus, I got a free bag from the write a review and get a free bag.
So you got 6 bags, I assume?
No, well, I had 11. I've now got 9.
You're as bad as Jade. Like,
honestly, it's amazing.
You don't want to kill yourself doing it, okay? Because like birthday cake is that flavor where it's just like you either love it or you just don't like it, and like it's not like kind of in between. It's all right, It's but yeah, it's
Well, now I'm having to find the reasons to actually try something different. So
other than banana, hating banana and liking birthday cake, loving birthday cake. What's your flavors?
Coffee's the other big one for me. Generally I'll do the coffee one every morning, which is weird because I don't even drink coffee. Never liked the stuff at all.
Do you add any instant to it, or you just have the coffee flavor?
Oh no. Well, it's a bit of a weird one. Well, here's another thing. So I was actually lactose intolerant as well, and I couldn't do any kind of lactose. I used to love iced coffees, get a Dare iced coffee. Yeah. Even as far back as a big.
You're a coffee drinker, mate. You don't say you're not a coffee drinker because those are.
Well, I don't drink the stuff that tastes like dirt. So, burn. No, look, I don't know why. I've just never been big on coffee. But I never saw an iced coffee drink as being an actual coffee. So, just one of those things you tell yourself.
Yeah, well, fair enough. Not everyone has impeccable taste buds. Anyway, so okay, so
doesn't drink coffee, doesn't like banana.
So when you first started, did you have that sort of 10 like you got your 10,000 step goal, right? But did you have that from the very beginning, or like when you started taking the shakes? Like how radical of a change did you start with?
I really only so all I did to start with was the shakes, and pretty much just following that idea that Jade puts out there, with the 10 to kind of 6:30 window, and so I pretty much just went, okay, if it works for him, I can give that a go. And so that's just really all I was doing, fixing my snacks, trying to make sure that my dinners were somewhat low calorie, and and I mean, to be honest, one of the hardest parts for me is I love cooking. Like, I love cooking. I've got a bunch of really good cookware. One of the benefits of working from home is I get the chance to actually do the cooking for the wife and kids. So they'll come home from school and I'll actually do dinner every night. And love barbecuing, slow cooking. Yeah, it's just one of the things I absolutely love to do. And so it's been an interesting one, but so just really the shakes and stuff, and and knowing then that when I get to dinner, I've just got to think smart about how I do it, because I didn't really introduce the steps and exercise, etc., until probably 2 or 3 months ago now. Like, I got out and I did a bit more, and I tried to be healthy. But now I actually am at the size, and the weight where it is actually easy to get out and actually start making it happen.
Yeah.
And to be honest, discipline's never been one of my one of my strong points. I'm a creative. Creative people aren't known for their discipline.
You can't really say to any fat people that you're well disciplined. Like, it's like, oh, you can be disciplined in other ways, but like, honestly, like, I would never call me disciplined. Like,
oh no! Look, I was very disciplined. I could easily, make sure that I drank a couple of liters of soft drink a day, and
make sure
without fail.
Make sure that Coke just never failed. Like that, you had. I was investing in my future.
Full sugar Dr Pepper and caramel. That's they were the two very bad vices. So.
Like Coca-Cola for me, I could drink and I did a sugar video about it. Like I showed how much sugar I would have actually drank in a year, and it worked out to be like something. I think it was like 69 kilos of sugar I ingested just from Coca-Cola. It was just disgusting. So yeah, it's good that you're off that. So you got off the soft drinks. You were making better choices for your meals, and it wasn't until like 2 or 3 months ago when you were getting at that size where it was a bit easier to start moving. You started introducing the steps. Did you start at 10,000 or did you kind of work your way up to 10?
I started at 8, and then I actually realised that 8 wasn't too difficult to pull off. And then I don't know. It was.
You say to the guy who currently is trying to average 8,000 steps a day.
Well, I don't know. I probably should have sent you some photos of the beach that I live near. So again, I work from home constantly. So I'm actually a graphic designer. I run my own freelance business, and so for me, the timing of the day is all up to me. So long as I meet deadlines for clients, etc. It doesn't matter if I'm working during the day or working late at night. It's reasonably simple when I'm a block and a half away from the beach, and I can walk the length of the beach, and that'll get me 10,000 steps.
That's so good. Like I remember when I was younger, like I used to live in DY, which is right on the northern beaches of Sydney, and I was 20, 21. I was working hospitality on my feet, several hours a day, and at the time I was pretty trim. I was around that 100 kilo mark, which for me at the time I thought it's healthy, and I'd get on the bike some mornings and ride a few blocks down to DY Beach. And no word of a lie, I would jog the beach and come back. And it was DY is not the longest beach in the world, but I look back at that and I think, what happened? Why did I get so freaking fat after that? Because I've always been a fat kid, but at the time I was pretty trim. I don't know. You just don't know what happens.
There's one word.
What?
It's busy.
Busy.
You get busy.
So do you contribute being busy as the main, is being busy the main reason why you gained all the weight? Have you always been big?
Yeah, look, I've, we when I was a kid, I know my parents tried to, do their best and, cook good food and stuff like that. But, they cook things like, turnip and Swedes and Brussels sprouts and all this stuff.
Did your parents
I don't
hate
have
you?
fond memory. I don't have fond memories of it, but I know that when I got to, once I got out of home, got to uni, it was like the floodgates open. I'm like, right, I'm going to get all the stuff that I want. And, I already wasn't, I was already a reasonably big kid anyway. So, once I got to uni, it was just this, have what you want when you want, so long as you can, figure out a way to pay for it. Food was the drug of food and alcohol were the drugs of choice, and just went stupid and never fully recovered from it. And as you get married, you start to have kids, you got all this stuff going on, you're working, convenience is the key, and so takeaway becomes the problem. Then you can't be bothered, going getting fresh water. So somehow you manage to find soft drink. It's ridiculous. The things you think, you look back now and you think, oh, it was just, I thought that was so easy. And now you look and you go, I went out of my way to pick the hard options.
Yeah. Well, remember back like when we were a bit younger, the vending machines. Vending machines just looked like a giant Coke can, and you'd walk up to it, and you'd have the buttons there. Like they didn't have the glass windows like they do today. They've literally just got like a little button like this that had like Coke, Diet Coke, Fanta, Sprite, and water right down the bottom there. And you'd always go Coke. Like it's just because. Yeah, and that's what it was for me. And also, much like you, when I was living out of home, I just went nuts. Like, I had no discipline when it came to food, even though my mum was very much sort of like meat to veg kind of thing. And she was a pretty good cook. Like, I'll give her that. But she didn't really, drill into me the whole sort of, exercising and that kind of stuff. So when I did get out of home and I was working and I had money and I lived down the road from a McDonald's, like I just was making poor choice upon poor choice upon. It makes me think that, man, I should have got into drugs. At least I would have been thin. But don't do drugs, people. Don't do it. But yeah, it's certainly is an absolute life changer when you have that freedom to grab whatever you want, isn't it?
Yeah. And look, I mean, I did a lot of competitive hockey when I was in, high school and college, and did pretty well at that, and so that kind of, I think, masked the issue. But when I got to uni, so I started playing hockey down here and being at Conservatory of Music, my hands were pretty important to what I was doing. So I played saxophone. And so I needed my hands to work. I was actually a goalie in hockey and had a game where I, almost broke my hand. Couldn't play saxophone for a few weeks, and so at that point gave sport away because I just knew the two couldn't be compatible.
So the sport was kind of keeping your weight in line. So you.
Well, it was keeping it not so much in line, but it was stopping it from exploding. So, and. Yeah, everything went downhill. Once I stopped playing hockey, and you're in music, so you're up all kinds of hours, and playing in bands at pubs, and all the stuff that goes along with being at uni. You just got no sense of control or anything like that. And I'm sure some people can do uni and actually be highly disciplined, and but yeah, for me it was just a complete lack of discipline. It just, everything went out the window. If I wanted it, I got it. Or I'd figure out a way. And we were still on limited money. I was on Austudy, so buying nutritious options wasn't actually even really on the table. It was plenty of 2-minute noodles and late night takeaways and anything you can kind of and you get 12 dim sims for $4. Why wouldn't you?
Exactly right.
And why would you get them steamed if you could get them fried?
Do I want the ones that? No, I'm not going to go there. Anyway, well, at what stage did you meet your now wife? Like, when did you guys meet?
So we met in I think we met in on and off over a few years. So once I was at the conservatorium, I actually started going to church kind of halfway through that, which kind of helped me flip things around a whole lot in terms of my life. So I actually got a bit of direction with what I was doing, and so I met her at church, and so what year we get married? We got married in, our first kiss was on September 11.
Oh. What, the actual, 2001?
The actual 9/11, yes.
Oh, wow.
So we
How did that come about?
Yeah. I don't know. Like,
was it just coincidence, and it's just that?
It was pure coincidence. That, I can never forget, the day we first kissed, because I literally kissed her, front doorstep, went inside, and turned the TV on, and I was like, what just happened?
That's crazy. Well, at least you got that as a memory, but it's such a terrible thing that happened. But so your first kiss was in September 11, and like you got married like down the track, was it? I assume.
Yeah. Oh well, I think we got married after. So we were together 18 months before we got married. So
good on you.
Yeah, so not 9 months pre-engagement and then 9 months engagement.
There you go. Well, great job. You know, I put up a picture, and mate, you're punching, mate. She's really pretty. Good on you.
She is a beautiful lady, and she is the absolute love of my life. And so many times where I haven't known how to hold things together, she does it, amazingly. And she's a great mum. Love her, and she's another part of the reason, I know that I had to make a change, and it was, you come up with so many reasons as to, why you need to do it. First and foremost, if you've got to want to lose weight for yourself, but your wife, your kids, there's so many other people that are relying on you, and everyone wants to be a better father, better husband, and I can't think of a better way to show my commitment to doing that and actually saying, okay, this is it, this is the time I change my life fully. They are worth it.
It's amazing how many people draw the inspiration from their kids and having kids to really make a change. But it's a tough one, weight loss, because it's such a deep spiral where you can get just so caught up in the same routine and know that you are doing all this damage to yourself. You see it, you hate yourself, but you just can't stop eating. Like it's such a huge mental battle. And I honestly believe that food is a full-blown addiction, much like gambling and smoking and all that, but it's not seen that way. You're just seen as a fat guy,
Yeah, I've done that many attempts at losing weight over the years, and you always think, I'll try this, I'll give this a crack, and there was this crazy one that I did where they did the blood tests and everything, and then they formulated the plan for you to eat, and you can eat this much of this one thing and stuff. Honestly, like, I've never felt as broken as a human being as when I was trying to do that diet. Like those, I kept it up for a few months, and I had some results, but honestly, like, you're looking at another plate of wilted spinach with half a teaspoon of soy sauce, and you just
oh, yuck.
It becomes the what's the word, like it's the
motivating,
the thing that just breaks you, like it.
Well, it's much like this. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut
punishing
off.
Yourself.
Like it's much like this guy at work, and I've talked about him a couple of times now, and he's trying to lose weight, and he's spoken to a nutritionist and all of that, and they've got him on this thing where he needs to eat like 5 or 6 small meals a day, and they've outlined what he should eat, so on and so forth. And he's there at 10 o'clock in the morning, right, eating what looks like a little tub of garden salad with no dressing and just some salmon on top of it. And he just looked like it was like a chore. Like and I'm like, man, what are you doing? He goes, oh, I've been told I got to eat this, and I'm like, are you enjoying it? And he goes, I'm like, well, why are you eating it then? And he goes, oh, it's, to lose weight. I'm like, well, what happens after you lose the weight? Are you going to keep eating like that? And he goes, probably not, no. I'm like, well, how are you going to keep the weight off? He legit didn't know. And I said to him, man, there must be a better way. And I obviously told him about what I'm doing. He knew what I was doing. And I don't want to, try to get him off what he's doing, because if it's working for him, it's working for him. But, it's like this weight loss journey, and I've said it 1,000 times on the Man Shake, it's just been so surprisingly refreshing because it's been easy. I've lost a lot of weight, and I feel like I can maintain it. And there's a huge community of blokes out there which are just absolute legends.
Yeah, it's the sense of, you try all those different things, but all you're doing is actually punishing yourself, And I think when we actually get to the point, you realise, no, I'm actually needing to change my lifestyle. I don't need to be punished for what I've done. Like there's enough, things in the world against us without us needing to punish ourselves for the way we've eaten, and the place we find ourselves in, and that's what I've loved so much about the Manshake journey is it's actually not been about punishing myself. It's been about, there's an element of, re-education and learning better ways, but, you're not, the treat meal option for you, is a prime example. It's, you're actually celebrating doing a good job. You're not punishing yourself and making yourself eat a salad with no dressing and a bit of salmon, and hoping that life will be better one day. It's like, well, no, life is actually feeling a whole lot better already, and I'm heading in the right direction at the same time.
You nailed it. And like, do I know that I could have lost weight faster? Like, I'll probably be at 55 kilos if I didn't have a celebration meal every week. Like, it's not so much like, well, I don't know. I could still be at the same weight. I could have lost less. There's just so much that goes into the human body, and it's just so scary how different it is for everybody, and no two formulas are the same. But what seems to kind of work for a lot of people using the Manshake is just that they're taking the thought out of what you need to eat, keeping those calories down during the day. You have a little bit more freedom when it comes to dinner, and that's what works for me. And I celebrate my achievement throughout the week by having a celebration meal like a deep fried chicken and such like that, and I'm still losing weight, and that's the most important thing. And if it ever gets to the point where I'm stuck and I haven't lost any weight, then maybe I'll tone back the celebration meal a bit or up the exercise. But it's a matter of finding a lifestyle that works for you, where you're happy and you're not dreading, like, like making your shakes during the day. Like, it's funny, like, I got such this weird mentality now that, like, when I was making my shakes the other morning, I had the banana, like, I got the little tubs for them, and I put the banana in there, and I put the choc super greens on top, and I thought, oh, it looks like a little cappuccino, can't wait to have that. And then, I got the coffee, I put the the Moccona on top of it. I'm like, that'll give me the pick me up I need in the afternoon. And like, I was just like excited to drink this powder. Like, and yeah, it's just been a good ride. It's been a great ride.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Like, the more you actually enjoy it, the more you'll stick with it too. Whenever you get, and we see Tim talk about it a fair bit about not treating food as as the demon. If we demonize foods, it becomes an issue, and that's the whole thing. We need to know how what the food does to our bodies, and and how to be sensible about it. But once you punish yourself and just kind of you're just never going to make it.
No.
And so that's what it's what I absolutely love about this journey, and have loved, is all the support, seeing a whole bunch of guys, even on a down day, being able to pick themselves up and have others come around them and stuff. It's just it's a journey that's actually rewarding, like, and not just from the weight loss perspective, from mental health and just being a happier person.
Yeah, exactly right. And it's just that you can find, it's so easy to find a community of like-minded people and blokes that are just all on the same kind of journey, that will get in your corner and be willing to back you. And like, I'm going to plug it, the Manshakers page on Facebook and the Manshake Men page. They're two pages of blokes that are currently on the Manshake. They're just the most supportive guys out there. Jump on them, and if you have any questions, you throw it out there. Whether it be I can't stop farting since eating man bars, or whether it be like I don't know how many steps to do, or what's good dinners to have. There's a lot of information. There are a lot of blokes willing to support you. So if you need that extra bit of support, jump on there, or message me. Jump on Jade's Twitch, or Tim's Twitch, or Lloyd's Twitch, and I should get Twitch. But yeah.
I do a bit of time on Jade's Twitch in particular, and I'm just like, I don't even understand gaming. I don't even have a games console. I'm just like,
you just said watching him there, just like because Jared's he'll talk to the audience more than you play the actual game. It's like, wait, he's playing a game, isn't he? Like, there's something going on here. But it's just finding your motivation, finding inspiration, and making it work for you, and finding your support. But has your wife been very supportive of your journey?
Yeah, super supportive. So she spent a whole lot of time with her own journey on I can't even think of what it's called now, but she's very mindful of the food she eats and and trying to always try and get fitter and be healthier. We had a lot of trouble when we were trying to conceive for our first child, and spent 4 or so years with a fair bit of medical intervention and stuff, and had to spend a bit of time then getting healthy, and both of us trying to do the best we could to try and resolve that. Fortunately, it was all good. We now got 3 boys, so. But yeah, right from then, she's always been very aware of it, and in terms of the Man Shake journey, she's just been supportive of me doing anything that makes me happy. Generally, I mean, she's an amazing wife. When it came to leaving my job and working from home and running my own business, and it's she only ever supports me in everything I do, which is such a blessing. It's amazing, to have a partner who will support you through everything like that.
Well, good on you, mate. It's good to have that supportive partner, and it's amazing. You're not the first person that I've had say that you've had trouble conceiving, and then once you've had one, the kind of floodgates open. It's amazing that
yeah, we were only going to have 2, but
the third one just kind of came along.
Third one came without anyone knowing.
Oh, well, we can hear him in the background. Yeah, what I was going to say, because you're working from home, you're running your own business, give yourself a plug.
Well, my business is called Jade Media. I'm graphic design and branding, and if you look up jademedia.com.au, you'll see some of the work that I've done. And mind you, I haven't updated it for ages. But yeah, I work with businesses doing brand startups and helping them do logos, but all kinds of things. I've got a fairly broad range of stuff that I'm actually able to do. Whether it be aerial photography or video. There's anything that kind of needs doing on a computer in a creative sense is the kind of stuff I tend to do. So yeah, I came out of a lot of years in real estate, and this is actually probably part of one of the problems I had with food. Was real estate is a super stressful industry, like super stressful. Everyone's out, every sales agent is the most important person in the world, etc. And I don't regret the time I've spent in that industry, but I spent 16 years in one job doing that, and I was a graphic designer and brand manager for a real estate company.
Right.
But you've got to think, when you got to be happy, so for me, finally leaving that and working for myself, it's less lucrative in some days. Some days it works well, some days I'm probably not on as much money, but I'm a whole lot happier, and and it allows me to take control of my lifestyle properly. When you get on that grind of being in a job, and you kind of just trying to hold it all together, it's hard. And I think part of that contributes to the way we eat as well. So I'm not sure that I could do the journey I'm on now if I was in the job I was in at that time, just purely because of the stress. The stress made me want to eat more. The stress made me just seek comfort. So I would encourage everyone, if you try and look at your whole life. It's one thing to just change the food you're eating, but let's look at everything. Make sure you're happy.
Look a little bit deeper. Find out whether there's a catalyst as what's making you eat, whether it be your work stresses or personal life stresses or depression. Number of things that can cause a person to self-destruct and eat themselves into an early grave. So yeah, 100% agree. But I'll put all the details for Jade's business down below in the description. If you are after any sort of multimedia work or anything like that, hit him up. Please do. He did all the logos for the Fat Guy Army. So all the little emojis that the Fat Guy Army people get. Thank you so much for that, Jade. It was a Really nice of you. I've got a couple more that need to get done. Actually, I got.
No, that's fine. It's my absolute pleasure.
But look, you kind of said a little bit about it there, but if there is someone watching this that's kind of like stuck in a rut, they're wanting to start their journey. Is there any other little key gems of advice that you can give them, or any words?
Oh, well, I think the key is you've got to prepare to win. Like for me, it was, looking at the photos of Jade, reading his story, seeing you starting your journey, and, between the difference in your journey between January and March when I started was massive. Like you'd already, done such an incredible change, and it's not a fluke. Like it's not a fluke that this kind of stuff happens. It's people that are making real decisions and getting real results. And for me, it was just a case of saying, okay, I'm going to do it. How do I make it sustainable? So finding the idea of doing ice and using the blender and stuff as opposed to just shaking with a bit of lukewarm water.
You said doing ice, and then it just stopped. I'm like, ice? Come on, man! I thought you were on the man shake. Okay, yeah, adding ice to the blender.
Adding frozen water and blending. It's it's just try and find the things that make it work for you. Find the snacks that you that are healthy, but the snacks you actually enjoy. So the Harvest crisps are amazing because every fat guy loves chips. Everyone loves a bag of Smith chips, etc. So just find some ones that actually work for you. You can actually eat healthy without actually having to eat without losing what you actually love. One of the biggest things for me, I was actually just saying it to my wife again yesterday. Like I invested straight up. I'm like, okay, because I went full cold turkey. March the 3rd, I ditched soft drink and every bad thing that I could straight away.
Good on
you. I was lucky enough to just have the strength of mind at the time to just go, okay, no, that's it. I've got to change. But I bought a water filter, like one of those desktop ones that you have the water cooler in the office. So I bought one of those, and that has been that has paid for itself 1,000,000 times over this year. Like honestly, if you're struggling to drink water, it's probably the quality of the water that you're drinking. And I was like, I started and thought, oh, well, I could just buy, the spring water from Woolies. It's still not the same. Plenty of plastic bottles. You're ruining the planet, blah, blah, blah. And you're spending a fortune. Go get a really good water filter, and then water won't become a chore. Water actually becomes, crisp, clear, clean hydration. And you become a water snob. Like whilst camping, I've been back on using the bottled water and kind of going, oh, this tastes a bit average. Oh, hang on, that one tastes. I can taste hints of plastic in this one.
That's some good H2O.
Yes, I probably said something about.
My mama said. So that's the water boy for all those who don't get those references.
It's just find the things that make it a win. Whichever way you need to do it, just say, okay, make the decision because you can do it and you're worth it. Like you are worth making the change, and then find all the things that are going to make it easy along the way. Another thing I've been doing is making sure I've got a bunch of masks sitting in the glove box in the car, so that if I'm out and I happen to miss the window to get a shake in or anything like that, I'm also okay. At least I've got a man bar. I don't need to just go to the shop and grab something quick, because the second you go, okay, I'm just gonna grab something in from the shop, there's nothing healthy there. There's nothing there's nothing good for you there.
Well, look, you can make good choices. If you're really stuck, like, I mean, you can make a better choice than, some, like whether, I've had to once in a while get like a quarter barbecue chook, like the breast side, and just peel off the skin, and that's not great, but it's not as bad as making a different decision, so, but.
Yeah, and that's true, but the second I walk into the shop, I'm like, the Bain Marie, the Bain Marie.
Man, I feel like some dim sims.
Chicken, what is it? Chicken teriyaki medallions. They're They were the gold. But yeah, no, it was, so, if I've got bars with me, I can't, I'm never going to get caught out. There's some days where, I felt weak. So I printed out, like a photo that I hated, or, a little, a couple of words as to why I was doing it, and just pop it, one in the car, so you go to grab your wallet and think, I'll go into the takeaway. Oh, no, I've actually got a reason why I'm doing this. Be strong.
You should get your like a wallet like that has the print of you, fat you, on the outside of it. So whenever you go to grab your wallet, like oh maybe not. But look, so you said it right from the beginning. Have the attitude that you're going to win, because like if you're like me, and if you're like Jade, you've tried to lose weight so many times before and you failed. And that might be the reason why you're here. That might be the reason why you're watching this video. Might be the reason why you're trying to search for alternatives to weight loss. And I think a lot of it has to do with mindset. Because once you start and fail, you expect that you're going to start and fail. It's just a matter of believing that it can work for you. Believing the fact that this is the time that I'm going to lose this weight. It makes that much of a difference. It makes that much of a difference. And invest in yourself. If you're struggling walking because you've got a sore back or anything like that, buy good shoes. It makes it that much easier. Then you're more motivated to go out and do that kind of stuff. Invest in yourself. Like get, clothes that you're comfortable to, walk in, or comfortable to just, be in. It's little things that make yourself feel better about yourself. It'll go a long way with your weight loss journey.
Yeah, get a decent set of headphones as well. Like if you're struggling, you're getting bored with walking, get a decent set of noise cancelling headphones. And, if you haven't, if you're in the city or whatever and you just need a little bit of peace and quiet, just like Ash says, buy the stuff that you need, because, you've already saved the money. I know that, everyone looks at the journey and goes, oh, it's so expensive up front to buy the Man Shake.
That's
and it's
what
like,
they say.
it is not.
It isn't.
It's not expensive at all. When I look at, what an average day could have been, a couple of egg and bacon rolls from takeaway on the way to work, and at least a 600ml Coke Zero at the same time, and then you go, spend another $20 buying some lunch, and then you snack on the way home because apparently dinner's not enough.
Yes.
So you're buying more stuff from the takeaway on the way home, and then you're like, oh man, we've got no dessert. Oh no, out of soft drink. Race round to the bakery, go grab yourself some dessert, and you've spent $40-50 a day without even realising it. And you're just going, why am I poor?
Yeah, like you buy 4 bags of the Man Shake for the price of 3, they say, which is about like, what is it, $130, is it? And they'll deliver it for free to you. I think they worked it out to be like $2.40 something cents per meal, is it?
Yeah. It's like
that is.
I spent more on soft drinks a day.
You buy one 600ml Coke for $4.50, and that's what they are here in Sydney. $4.50 for a 600ml Coke from a takeaway shop. You pretty much covered both of those meals, like for the Man Shake. It is an outlay at first, but just think of it as a long-term gain, because you're going to save some money because you're not having to buy breakfasts and lunches. That's it. You just got to spend money on dinners. And if you're frugal with your spending, you can save. Jeez. Yeah, you saw me drink this coffee, right? Yeah, my brain should be switched on. Yeah, frugal with your spending. You could save some big money. And, in the course of like 2 months, you could, have quite a bit of savings there that you wouldn't have before, and then go out and buy that stuff. Hold on, wait a minute. I recognize that. Is that the bottle that I sent you?
One of a kind.
Yes, he made the that fat guy seal of approval, which I actually don't have on OBS. I can't believe. So I would bring it up if I could, but it's basically my face to look like the Colonel from KFC, and it says TFG approved, which is that fat guy approved. So it's fantastic. I love it. It's brilliant. Yeah. So yeah, get on it, guys. There's all the links down below for Man Shake and all that. I'm now an ambassador for the brand, so I do spruik it quite a bit now. So yeah. Yeah,
and look, I've said it to you before, but congratulations on that as well. Like, to me, that's the man shake. Had a gift horse, and it'd be crazy for him not to. Like you guys, are just doing such an incredible job. Well, I think I also said to you before, like I've had a choice of going to the pub with Chris Hemsworth and Chris Evans, or you and Jade and Tim and Lloyd and the boys. I'd take you guys. Like it's just the man shake. Like the whole brotherhood. What do I call it? The Brotherhood of Shakers.
Yeah,
I like that. The Brotherhood of Shakers. It's just amazing. Like, and that's another key part of making it actually work is the environment and the people you surround yourself with. If you surround yourself with people that say you can't do it, well, you probably won't do it. So get on the groups and actually check out. Here's a plug. Check out Man Talk each Monday night. But honestly, like I sit there and I go, what? Old me wouldn't have sat there and watched that. But, new me, just like, like I'm camping and I've barely got any reception. I'm kind of up on the hill trying to hold the phone up so that I can get enough reception to watch you guys. And I'm like, but it just, when you surround yourself with positivity, you can't fail. You just can't.
Oh, exactly right. And thank you for tuning into Man Talk. If you want to watch Man Talk, it is a podcast of myself. I got to say this very carefully because I kept having to redo a take the other day. When I say myself, Tim, Jade, and Lloyd, right? We do Man Talk 8:30 p.m. on Facebook, on the Man Shake Facebook page. We do giveaways every week. Spin that wheel up there, which is a lot of fun.
It's good to see the gold works.
Yeah, the gold actually works. We spun 3 golds, which is like a $250 prize in a row. It's absolutely couldn't believe it. Couldn't get it once.
Actually, is Man Talk
several
on
weeks.
this week?
Yeah, absolutely. Of course it is. Yeah, it's absolutely on. Oh yes,
it didn't get cancelled.
No. I fronted up and I was like, yeah, you may or may not like the news. And he's like, what? And I'm like, well, we gave away 2 of the ultimate prize packs. He's like, awesome, that's fantastic. And I'm like, oh, cool. Like, no, we weren't worried, because like they're prepared for it all. But like they want to encourage people to get on their journey. And if it's someone that hasn't had the Man Shake before and they're getting like the massive starter pack, like the ultimate, weight loss pack, get them pointed in the right direction, hopefully on a better lifestyle. But anyway, so I'm doing this take where I'm trying to say myself, Tim, Jade, and Lloyd, and I kept saying myself, Jim, Turd, and Lloyd. And I kept Jim and Turd. I just couldn't stop it. Like, it took 10 takes to get out of that, and it was driving me crazy. But I really had to stop and think about it now. But thank you for the opportunity for a shameless plug there. But while we're doing shameless plugs, guys, if you haven't already, please, can you click that like button that's on this video, and also smash that subscribe button if you want to. And if you really want, next to subscribe button will be a join button. You can become a member of that Fat Guy Army. Use those emotions, emotes that my friend here, Jade, has made up, and get all the other members-only benefits. It's not like OnlyFans, but it's close. But look, I think we've gone through everything that we need to say here, Jade. Is there anything else you want to say to everyone out there, or you want to say hello to anyone?
No, all good. But just want to say thanks again to you guys and Jade and everyone that's just ripper blokes. Just blokes that are exactly when you talk, like, and I'm been enjoying talking to you today, that you're exactly here how you show yourself on the channel. You're exactly the same as when you're chatting, and chat and stuff. And it's just it's just that sense that the man shake journey is just actually about real blokes.
Well, thank you.
Actual real people that you can get along with.
Well, that's what I try to do. Like, I've always wanted to have this channel be honest from day one, because I grew up on the internet. Like, I grew up like on the internet because the internet was like, kind of like came in as I was a teenager, and watching people like Ray William Johnson, and you just like, hey guys, we're gonna watch this video today. It's just like, you just know that's not what they're going to be like in person. Like, hey guys, it's so great to see you. I'm gonna order the carbonara today. It's just like, I wanted it to be me, and that's the most important thing. And so thank you very much for that compliment, because it means a lot. But and the compliment of being here and doing Fat Chat with me. I'm hoping that this has turned out all right. If you guys have any feedback on what you want to see from Fat Chat, or whether you want to be part of Fat Chat, just comment down below. You can find me on Instagram. You can find me on the Man Shakers page and all sorts of other avenues. But thank you very much for being part of Fat Chat today, Jade. So good chatting to you.
My pleasure.
All right. Well, see you guys. Thank you so much. I really do appreciate your time. I love you all, and there is absolutely nothing that you can do about it.